Out of Zimbabwe and from local journalists that police have surrounded, I think, the mother's house of Tendai Biti in Zimbabwe. Now remember, he's the co-leader of this opposition alliance led by the MDC. He's a former minister. He was part of the MDC in the past, now another party, but still part of this alliance. And earlier this week, he tweeted about the alliance being in the lead in those elections. Police said he was wanted for questioning. He then said through his lawyer that he was not. Then police said no, he was still wanted for questioning. Let's try to find out what's going on. I believe we have Tendai Biti's lawyer on the line. Sir, could you introduce yourself and tell us what's happening right now?
I just received communication from Mr. Biti that there is police that are surrounding his mother's home. He indicated to me that there are about 5 vehicles of police in plain clothes. This is an extension of the torture, of constructive torture of Mr. Biti. We have had discussions with the police, and the police have indicated that at some point they wanted to see him. He made arrangements to present himself to police. They turned around and said they no longer want to see him. The next thing, yesterday around 5, they attempted to arrest him. His bodyguards managed to get him out. And now at the dead of the night, we are hearing indication that they have now surrounded his mother's house.
So we don't know yet if he's being arrested or if he's being asked nicely to go in for questioning. Is that all the information you have for us right now?
Well, he told me that the police are surrounding his mother's house. His mother called him to inform him of that. There's never been an indication from the police that they want to speak to him. The last time discussions were held with the police indicated that they no longer want to speak to him. Yesterday, arrangements had been made to bring him to the police at 2 o'clock. And when he was ready to present himself to the police said they no longer want to see him. So we don't understand why they would go and surround his mother's house. He has been in hiding for the past 2 days. There have been threats on his life. And that of the president, Mr. Nelson Chamisa, and therefore the safety of his life is extremely important. It is extremely barbaric to extend political differences to his mother. If they have political differences with him, they must solve those political differences with him, not his mother.
So his mother is not politically active at all?
No, she's not politically active at all. She's an old lady, and we don't see the relevance of bringing the mother into this. We can only interpret this as some form of constructive torture, in the sense that if they torture his mother, they would expect him to make himself available.
You said you heard this from Mr. Biti himself. Is he going to, I'm trying to understand, so I think his mother's house is surrounded. Is he going to go there and deal with the situation? Is he planning to present himself to police, or does he wish to, for his safety, remain in hiding and try and clear up this matter?
Well, the safety of Mr. Biti is important, and the safety of Mr. Biti's mother is equally important. So we have to ensure the safety of both of them at their separate locations. But if the police want to speak to Mr. Biti for any reason, they must communicate properly that they want to speak to Mr. Biti, and will make himself available. Like I indicated, through a press conference by Assistant Commissioner Chikumba, she indicated that they wanted to speak to Mr. Biti, and we made arrangements for Mr. Biti to go to the police, only for them to turn around and say that they no longer want to see him. So if there is any need to have a discussion with Mr. Biti, he's not a fugitive, he's a lawyer, he's a person of stature. If there is any need to have a discussion with him, he's willing to make himself available. There is no need to extend political differences to his mother.
So you have not heard from any of the law enforcement officials today that they want to speak to Mr. Biti. All you know is from him that his mother's house is surrounded.
No, we have not heard from the police that they want to see him. On the contrary, we have heard categorically that they did not want to speak to him. Like I'm saying, we made arrangements to present him at 2 o'clock yesterday. They then indicated that they did not want to see him. Nothing changed from that position, or nothing was formally communicated to change that position.
All right, thank you very much. That was the lawyer for Tendai Biti, I believe, Bizita Milio. We'll keep up to date with those developments. So all we're hearing, and his lawyer says that Tendai Biti has confirmed this himself, is that his mother's house has been surrounded by law enforcement officials, although she is not at all politically active, and he is one of the co-leaders of the MDC-led opposition alliance.